Welcome back to Duck Augment, the Warframe series that takes a look at older or weaker Augment mods in Warframe aimed at providing ways to make the mod more useful. In this episode, we will be taking a look at an Augment mod for Gara's spectrorage called Spectrosiphon, which causes killed enemies within the affected radius to drop energy orbs 50% of the time. First, the positives. Warframes that give the ability to grant allies energy are rare as frames or augments that allow health or health regeneration to occur. Abilities are an essential component to the gameplay of Warframe, so having extra energy at a good rate of 50% is always welcome, even if each orb only gives 25 energy each. Second, while energy orbs do drop from enemies and containers already, without a nearby Trinity Warframe, regenerating allies' energy can be difficult, and this allows Gara to not only deal decent damage and provide defense for the team, but now also supply energy to the teammates who can then use their abilities more often. Energy orbs also allow energy conversion to activate, allowing Gara to gain a good 50% bonus power strength to her next ability cast, and while this is useless somewhat for her Splinter Storm, since this build already reaches the 90% damage reduction cap without it, it will boost the hidden damage multiplier from Exploding Mass Vitrify with Shatter Lash. Essentially, having a constant, nearly guaranteed supply of energy orbs can allow you to stack the AoE damage from Splinter Storm against enemies a little faster. However, here are some of the reasons why this mod is on this series in the first place. The biggest negative is also ironically its positive, and that is the idea of having energy orbs drop. In normal gameplay, and especially against armored enemies, Gara's first ability deals very little damage. You'll want to keep Mass Vitrify up as a defensive tool rather than spam destroying it to stack damage, and the stacking damage has little range and runs out fairly quickly in my opinion. In short, at least for the majority of times I use Gara with and without this augment mod, I rarely would run out of energy unless I never used my generic energy spam ability. While there is a great argument to be made that this is great for Elite Sanctuary Onslaught to get energy orbs quickly for the team, as they can be scarce, in most mission types energy just really isn't an issue for Gara, and the bonus power strength synergy from energy conversion is minimal as Gara isn't focused on dealing damage for the most part. So while getting plenty of energy orbs is good, it's very mild for an augment mod, and a bit much in my opinion to waste a mod slot on, so here are a couple suggestions I would like to see to make the mod work a little bit better. Gara and her allies benefit from the one-sided torture of enemies who shoot at their reflections, and all enemies within double the effect radius, 8 meters unmodded, will have their energy regenerate by 0.5 energy a second for each mirror still unshattered as long as at least one enemy is within the circle, for a maximum of 6 energy per second, which is unaffected by power strength and power range. However, as the mirrors are still very fragile and are destroyed by taking a mere 800 base damage, this energy rate bonus will quickly vanish as enemies destroy the mirrors, but offers nearby allies energy siphoning to use their abilities when the enemies within manage to break free of their mirage. The maximum duration of the ability is also cut from 22 seconds to just 10 seconds, giving the ability a more steady stream of energy to all allies, however losing its effectiveness at higher levels. The shimmering surfaces of the mirrors now conceal a defense-draining aura, slowly stripping the armor of enemies within the radius, while also coating these enemies with glass shards every time they attack their own images. For every second the enemy stands within the radius, their maximum armor is reduced by 5%, affected by power strength, and also coated with a fine powdered glass once every second a mirror is attacked. This powder marks enemies with a damage multiplier for when the ability is broken, with each new layer causing the final explosion to deal 2% more damage to the enemies inside. Essentially, this would allow the ability to scale a little longer against Armored Grineer, slowly lowering their armor while also potentially making them weaker to the resulting explosion. This would also apply to all factions even without armor, allowing the ability to become a proper damage dealing one as it only deals 1,500 damage normally. So that's Spectrosiphon, a decent energy generator ability that is good when you run out of energy a lot, but does very little for you in pretty much every other occasion. Thanks for watching.